So it's been a week since Global Go Fans came and gone, and we got Necrozma in the game now, and we confuse it with, how you pronounce them joints? Well, first of all, we get confused with Lunala and Solgaleo. But how do we go about it? Do we fuse the shinies? Do we find our best IVs, Lunalas and Solgaleos? How does all of this work? Well, your boy got you covered. So before you just rush into fusing your Necrozma with one of those two legendary Pokemon, you need to know how to go about it. That's where I come into play. Let's get on with it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. It's your boy True in front of today's date is Thursday, July, almost messed up the fingers, July the 18th. Almost messed up the fingers again. Alright, so this video is all about Necrozma and fusing it with either Lunala and or Solgaleo. Well, or you can't fuse all three at the same time, but you get the point. So that's basically what this video is about. But before we get into that, here's some info that you need to know about all three of these Pokemon in terms of like which ones should you fuse. So what I mean by that is this: should you fuse the Necrozma with the crappy IVs or the best IVs Necrozmas? Should you fuse the shinies? Should you wait for shiny Lunala and shiny Solgaleos to come out? So you fuse Necrozma with good IVs with Solgaleo with good IVs or crappy IVs. Like, so all these you have to think about before you can just rush in and just start fusing Pokemon. So with that said, you need to know which ones is useful by themselves, which ones are useful fuse, and how does the stats work and all that jazz. So let's get things started. So first off, Necrozma by itself, it have some play in Master League as it's given a 3 out of 5 score, but you better off fusing it for PvP. And in terms of raids, it's currently ranked 24th as a psychic attacker, and that's not bad, but you could do so much better than that. So basically, Necrozma for the most part doesn't have much play in Pokemon Go. It really doesn't. Now, Dusk main Necrozma, on the other hand, is good. It's great actually in Master League, giving it a score rather 5 out of 5. It's 15th in Master League, so it's not bad. It's actually pretty good. Now, in terms of raids, it is tied for 15th place as a psychic attacker with Dawn Rings Necrozma. Both of them are ranked 15th as psychic attackers. So all this is according to Pokemon Go Hub, by the way. So keep that in mind. Now, in terms of, because it's also psychic and steel type as well. In terms of a steel type attacker, according to Pokemon Go Hub, rather, it is number 1 in raids as a steel type attacker. So that's pretty interesting. Now, in terms of Dawn Rings Necrozma, so that one is great in Master League as well. It's got a score out of 5 out of 5, but it is 7 in Master League. So this one's better than Dusk main. So between the two, Dawn's Rings is the one to go if you want to mess around in Master League. And we already talked about the fact that it's 15th in raids as a psychic attacker, but it's also a ghost type as well. And it's number 1 in raids as a ghost type attacker. Again, this is all according to Pokemon Go Hub, by the way. Now, in terms of Solgaleo, it is great in Master League, and here's where things get interesting. It's got a 4 out of 5, but yet it is 11th in Master League. Now, in terms of raids, it is terrible in raids as a psychic attacker. It's 50th, but in terms of it being a steel attacker, it's good. It's 12th as a steel attacker. And then we got Lunala. So Lunala is 125th in Master League, so crappy there. Now, here's where things get interesting. According to Pokemon Go Hub, it is good in raids as it is 11th as a psychic attacker, but it is great in raids as it is in 6th place as a ghost attacker. But Game Press completely disagrees with this. It's basically saying that Lunala is trash in the game. Now, you probably wonder, wait a minute. Lunala is 11th as a psychic attacker, but yet is better than Dusk main Necrozma and Dawn's main Necrozma as psychic attackers? Yeah, apparently. But here's why. Lunala moveset consists of, they want you to use Confusion as a quick attack move and Psychic as a charge move, as opposed to Dusk main Necrozma and Dawn Rings Necrozma that would have Psycho Cut as a fast move and Future Sight as a charge move. So those are factors why Pokemon Go Hub are looking at Lunala as an 11th place psychic attacker, which is higher than Dusk main and Dawn Rings Necrozmas, who are both ranked at 15th. So there you go with that. Now, before we get into which one should you fuse, let's talk about how you fuse them real quick. So here's what you want to do. So first up, you're gonna need Necrozma, Solgaleo, or Lunala, depending on which fusion you're trying to go after. You also need the corresponding fusion energy, so you know you get that when you do those raids. And then you're gonna need 30 Necrozma candy and 30 Cosma candies. So for Dawn Ring Necrozma, you would need Necrozma, obviously. You would need 1000 Luna fusion energy, 30 Necrozma candy, and 30 Cosma candy. And then for Dusk main Necrozma, you need Necrozma, 1000 Solar fusion energy, 30 Necrozma candy, and 30 Cosma candy. So, and here's a little bit of a tidbit for you guys. So, the fusion will take on all the stats of the Necrozma and will not be impacted by the stats of the Solgaleo nor Lunala. So, obviously, when it comes to fusing your Necrozma, which rather is Lunala or Solgaleo, you want to use your terrible IVs, Solgaleos, or terrible IVs, Lunalas, whatever one you're trying to go with, and fuse that with your good IVs, Necrozma. And I will show you an example of this in a second. Also, remember, the fusion forms cannot be traded. So if you want to hit, do a lucky trade or something like that, you need to trade the Necrozmas before fusing them. So there you go with that. Now, for a prime example here is this right here. This right here is a 98% IV Necrozma. I fused, and this a shiny one, a shiny 98% IV Necrozma. I fused that with my crappiest IV Solgaleo, and I got this. So there you go. There you go. And you're going to see another example of this in a second. So with that said, you're probably wondering, well, you need Solgaleo, you need Lunala. Is it possible to get both at the same time? Yeah, it is possible to get both at the same time. Let me show you Cosmog real quick. I got 6 members of the Cosmog family, pretty much. I got 2 Cosmos. I can evolve both of these if I want to, and I could get another Solgaleo, another Lunala, or 2 more of each, or whatever the case may be. So basically, because here's the deal. Here's how I got so many. You could get up, assuming you played the game since this was first introduced, you could get up to a grand total of 5 to 8 Cosmos, or 5 to 8 members of the Cosmog family. So we talking 2 from Global, as in Global Go Fest this year, 2 from the special research back in 2023, 1 from special research back in 2022, and 1 from each in-person Go Fest. So we talking Sendai, Madrid, and New York. Now for me, I got 6 because I got the 2 from Global this year, 2 from special research 2023, 1 from special research 2022, and I got 1 from New York. So that's how I got 6. I did not go to Sendai nor Madrid, so I missed out on getting those 2 up there. So there you go with that. Now, here's what I would recommend you do in terms of like go about fusing them and how many of these fusions you need to do, things of that nature. Picture rather this scenario. So you need 1 shiny Necrozma to fuse with a crappy regular Solgaleo. So you have a fused shiny Dusk main Necrozma. Then you go take another shiny Necrozma and fuse it with a crappy IV regular Lunala, so you can have a shiny Dawn Rings Necrozma. And then if you just want one that isn't shiny just for the look, you can take a good IV one, fuse it with a crappy regular Solgaleo, if you want to do that right now. And you can do the same with a good IV Necrozma and fuse it with a crappy regular Lunala. And then, something to think about for the future, this would probably be the distant future. You take a regular good IV Necrozma and you fuse it with a shiny Solgaleo, and you take another good IV Necrozma and you fuse it with a shiny Lunala. But here's the thing about that. If you want to do that, I would hope and pray that we get 2 shiny Solgaleos, 2 shiny Lunalas. That way, you can keep the best IVs out of those shinies, and then the other ones, you can just fuse them with a good IV Necrozma. Because remember, you don't want to fuse a good IV Solgaleo or Lunala with a Necrozma, because it will not take up the IVs of the Solgaleo nor the Lunala. You're going to take up the IVs of the Necrozma. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. And also, once you fuse them, it's going to cost you 1,000 that energy. So whether that is lunar fuse energy or solar fuse energy, it's going to cost 1,000. And once you unfuse it, it's not like you're going to get that energy back. It's gone forever. So that's why this is pretty much like a one-time thing. Once you fuse them, I highly advise you to keep it that way. So with that said, we're going to now look at my Necrozmas, because there is one other shiny that I do want to fuse, and that would be not this one. Actually, you know what? I think it is this one. Well, it got 14 attack, but you know what? We'll roll with this one. Although I could mirror trade that one. Let me check this one real quick. That one got crappy IVs. I'll probably go mirror trade that one. So let's go with this one. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna get Lunala and make a Thorn Ring Necrozma. So here we go. We're gonna fuse this up right here, right now. And again, we don't want the good one. We want the crappy one, which would be this one. All right, here we go. The fusion is happening. And we're gonna see how this looks in shiny form, by the way. That looks sick. That really, really looks sick if I do say so myself. Look at this cheese right here. Pokedex entry, by the way. Pokedex entry. Alright, and then we got the Adventure effect right over to Moongeist Beam. And then looking at the other one is Sunsteel Strike. So there's that. Let's take a look at these IVs. Again, they still the same. They did not fuse the IVs, the stats from both of these Pokemon. They took the stats from the Necrozma, and boom, there you go. So I just did this just to get the shiny. If I want, I could take this one and fuse that one with my other Lunala, but I'm not gonna do that because I want to keep that one until I get like another one, maybe a shiny, and see how that looks. So there you go with that. Now, if you missed this part of the video, leave in the comment section below fusion. Leave in the comment section below fusion if you missed this part in the video. And at the very end, you should see 2 cards. One of them would be something that YouTube recommends, while the other one would be the last video that I put out. So make sure you check those out. I'm gonna call it a wrap now. So with all that said, y'all know this boy New J Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah. Subscribe. Thanks, man. Do it. After you subscribe to the channel, make sure you click the bell icon so you never miss a new video or a live stream ever again. Thanks, guys.
Lewis the trainer, articulating paint. With my tongue, I done things that people said I can't. Now they rank them with the elite, but it's for the people, and victory is part of defeat. Cause when you get back on your feet, then you try again. Learn from mistakes, show them that I got what it takes, and I'm dying to win. I'ma hit and move away.